Has Prince Harry gone to rehab to escape the clutches of Meghan Markle? Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, yeah, let's jump into this madness, shall we? So, has Prince Harry actually gone to rehab to escape the clutches of Meghan Markle? Is that where Harry is? Hashtag where's Harry? Well, this is all coming from a blind item, so definitely file this under opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions, you guys. But this blind item was shared by Royally Sage at Sage1411. If you're not following him on Twitter, do so now. As far as I'm concerned, Royally Sage is sharing the best blind items around. And so Royally Sage is saying here, lots of hot tea, and oh yes, there is. If true, Rachel, and for those that don't know, Meghan's actual real first name is Rachel. Meghan is actually a middle name. I know, a little bit confusing, but there you go. Rachel could be in trouble as money was spent on a production that was tied to her business that has trademark issues and now is useless unless they pour more money into said production to fix it. Also, are the royals or Spencer family giving Harry conditional help? So we're going to get into this whole rehab rumour in a moment. Now, this blind item is from Secondhand Coke, and he says the following. Well, I was saying the same thing when Hazza and Megsy first separated, not long after the Queen's funeral. I got burned once. I'm not committing until there's something filed with the court. I also don't know where they'd get the info unless it's from what I've posted here, because there are precious little who know where Harry is who will talk. And the rumours go that not even Megsy knows where Hazza is. We'll get onto that in a moment. This blind item is definitely spilling some hot tea here if it's to be believed. And so Secondhand Coke then says, the conversation I had supposedly with someone in Harry's entourage basically said that no one is going to leak his whereabouts because everyone wants him to be able to trust the people he has surrounded himself with. And so the blind item then goes on to say, reading between the lines, he went looking for help when he was in the UK. I gather that his family is staying hands off, but some form of preliminary help has been offered with some pretty firm conditions attached. Most of them having to do with his completely having naught to do with Meghan Markle. Comms only through attorneys, I'd imagine. His extensive mental health and illicit substance rehabilitation. He hasn't had the time to assure anyone that he's trustworthy in his claim that he's done with her and that this isn't some Trojan, or in Madam's case, Megsy's case, it's not a Trojan horse but an actual Trojan condom. Ooh, the shade and the comedy there, I appreciate that. But yeah, going a little bit backwards, he hasn't had the time to assure anyone that he's trustworthy in his claim that he's done with her and that this isn't some Trojan attempt to get her back in proximity by acting like they're done. He also hasn't had the time to be rehabilitated by any stretch. He needs illicit substance rehab and cult deprogramming. And he came out of the factory with more bugs than a prison mattress. And so essentially what this blind item is saying so far is apparently Hazza went back to the UK, tail between his legs, asking for his family to help. His family's turning around and saying, right, there's conditions. A, cut off contact with Megsy, not to do with her ever again, contact her but through attorneys and that's it. B, you also need to go to rehab, mate. Not only for your illicit substance use and your mental health kind of situation, but, cult deprogramming. Because you came out of the factory with more bugs than a freaking prison mattress. So, is it going to transpire here that Prince Hazza is going to go to rehab to escape the clutches of Megsy to go back to the royal family? Well, if this blind item is to be believed, And again, do your own research, go to your own conclusions. That's what I'm getting from this blind item. What do you think? So it goes on to say, I also get the impression that there are serious financial issues which could be well on their way to becoming legal woes. Meghan has tanked production on an extensive line of BS. Investors are going to go after her for that trademark F-up. That, in addition to what they've already defaulted on, an Archewell shady situation, gives a lot of people a lot of reason to start looking at Megxie, especially for fraud. Lady C is on the warpath over the fraudulent GoFundMe. There was the attempt to get the Princess of Wales medical records. There's a lot which could, but maybe not, flow back to Montecito. I've never found verification that the Queen Mum left Harry anything in a trust. And you won't, because it's all confidential. Unless the royal family or Hazard actually literally confirms publicly that he got something in the trust. It's all speculation. But we are led to believe that, yes, he reached 40 years old, he got access to the trust fund from the late Queen Mother, and he got around £8 million. That's the prevailing belief on the street here. Anywho, this is the thing. I've never found verification that the Queen Mum left Harry anything in a trust, but if she did, he may not be able to collect that money except under conditions, which is true. A trust, you can put conditions on how the beneficiary actually receives the money or the assets or whatever. You could be like, right, okay, you can only receive this, but as long as you tick these boxes. It's true. There could be conditions to it. We don't know. And, Secondhand Coke doesn't know as well. They say, I don't know. But this is a complicated relationship between complicated characters, and I definitely agree with that. That sums up this whole situation. It's a complicated situation between complicated characters. Absolutely. But Secondhand Cook then kind of ruminates here and says, I've always wondered if Josh Kettler told Harry to get as far away from Meghan as possible because her schemes are blowing up in her face in a big way. He then goes on to say, Harry has not been the one scheming or going to business meetings. He's had his business separated from her since the Queen died. He's mostly just given her the capital and reputation she needed to make her own deals. If she's heading for the kind of trouble my guy says she must be, this could also be motivation for Harry's separation from her. So there's not only, if you're to believe this blind item, motivation for Hazard to separate from her, to go back to the royal family with the condition that he goes to rehab to escape Megxie, to get over his mental health issues, his alleged illicit substance problems, and also as well cult deprogramming, right? But there's also motivation for Hazard to separate from Megxie because everything is blowing up in Megxie's face, and I can only imagine he wouldn't want to be part of that fallout. No one would. The blind item then goes to conclude, I believe a lot could be going on, negotiating logistics attorney to attorney. But I do not believe anything official is on the cusp of being announced. I think this is so complex that nothing will be forthcoming anytime soon, and I totally agree with that. Now, do I believe that Harry and Meghan have separated and are living separate lives? Oh, hell yes. Opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, I definitely believe that. Do I believe the rumour that Harry or Meghan have actually officially initiated divorce proceedings through the court? No. Why? Because my good friend, DC lawyer John Witherspoon, that I do have on this channel on a very regular basis, he's actually searched the court databases for me when it comes to Santa Barbara Court and the surrounding courts in the area. And he hasn't been able to find not one filing from either Megxie or Hazard to initiate divorce proceedings. So, until he sees that and finds it, as far as I'm concerned, I don't believe the rumours that either of them have actually initiated divorce proceedings. I do believe that divorce is on the horizon, it's only a matter of time, but I don't think that's happening right now. I do believe, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, that they've definitely separated. And if you're to believe this particular blind item right here, wow, is Hazard actually going to rehab to escape essentially Megxie to be welcomed back into the royal family? Well, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, I think it would be absolutely prudent and a chess master move for the royal family to turn around and say, do you know what? You want to come back to us? Absolutely fine. But guess what, mate? There are conditions. You got to go to rehab, mate. Get your sense sorted. Because, to quote that blind item there, you've come out with more freaking bugs than a prison mattress. I don't think I'm going to forget that line for a long time. With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, believe me, of course, there's going to be more. You do not want to miss my next video. Then make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe, because I'll be honest with you, help us now get to 1 million so we can also get that gold play button right there and hopefully cause a Meghan Markle meltdown on Instagram. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatevers. And just as a little bit of a side note, our community, we are suffering from a YouTube purge at the moment. So what does that mean? Well, from time to time, YouTube likes to unsubscribe you from channels without your permission and without your knowledge. So first and foremost, please do make sure you are subscribed to this channel. And for those that haven't, please do subscribe today so we can put 2 fingers up at YouTube and say, not today, Satan. And for those that have some very, very strong views on whether you think Prince Harry will go to rehab in the end to escape Megsy and get back to the royal family, and I bet you got some thoughts about that, then make sure you send me a super thanks. It's just below this video right here. We can have a conversation about this because it does guarantee a response from me. And until the next time, you guys, laters.